ready to go on vacation. I've got my bags heavy because I'm trying to pack with a carry-on, so now I have a carry-on and a backpack. I don't know how I'm about to do this. I've been waiting to go on vacation for a while now, and I mean a real vacation, not work trips or family trips, but true vacation. And that day has finally come today. So I'm getting ready to leave my house to go to the airport, and I'm going to take you guys on this journey with me. Let's go to Colombia. So I actually took the train down to the Miami airport, which is not normal for me, but it actually wasn't bad. And we are off. The airline I took is LATAM, which I actually booked it through Delta, and they actually gave us food even though it was a 3-hour flight. I didn't expect food. It wasn't anything special. Hello, Colombia! And now we're in Colombia. So this is where I stayed at, and when I tell you guys this place was beautiful, I definitely have to give you the full tour. So let me go ahead and turn on the lights so you guys can see everything. Now I'm starting with the kitchen. You can see the balcony from there. You can also see the amazing view that I have from this place. But this is like the common area, where it's the dining room and living room area. Very spacious. Definitely can fit a few people in there, although there is only one bed. So I'll show you guys the bedroom, which is right off of the living room. There's 2 ways to enter it, but I gotta go on the other side to turn on the lights because it's only on one side you can turn on the lights. So that way you guys can actually see the room. But here's the room. It did come with the king size bed. It wasn't too bad. It was pretty comfortable, but you can see the room does have space for like your luggage and things, and then you still get a nice view from the bedroom as well. And then the bathroom. That shower was everything. It was absolutely beautiful. It was very spacious. You actually have a view while you're taking a shower at the same time. The only thing I didn't like was that the closet is inside the bedroom, but I'm not actually living there, so it's okay. And then here goes the balcony, the best part. It's a full wraparound balcony, and you can access the balcony from any part of the apartment, including the bathroom. But you have the one side where it's just like a nice view, and then you have the actual lounge area where there's 2 different sitting areas, and there's a jacuzzi on the balcony, and I use this literally every day during my trip. But just look at this view. It is amazing. Like, I literally see the entire city from here. I was on the 13th floor. It goes up to 15, but floors 14 and 15 are the family penthouse, which I did try to get, but someone already had it booked, unfortunately, and that guy was having the time of his life up there. But that is the balcony. So now, my first night here, since I got in late, I'm gonna go in the jacuzzi and enjoy the night. I'm not gonna do too much since I've been traveling, and I'm actually pretty tired today because I was working before traveling. And unfortunately it started raining, so I didn't actually get to spend much time in the jacuzzi. I was out there for a little bit, but the rain ruined it, so until tomorrow. And here we are the next morning in Colombia. I'm waking up in Colombia to this amazing view. And these doors open up all the way around, so you can fully open up the apartment if you would like to, but I decided to go out that morning while drinking my tea and just soak in the view because it is so beautiful and it is so peaceful. Let me show it to you guys during the daytime. Like, this is how pretty it is. Both day and night is beautiful. Like, look at the mountains back there. It's so pretty. I was just loving this view. Like, I could have spent my entire vacation just being on this balcony because it was just so nice and relaxing. And as you can see, the doors are open. But now I gotta close them up so I can actually go get dressed and start my vacation. Before I start, I'm gonna give you a tour of the full property. So the place I stayed at is called Wake. They have a bunch of different condos on here that you can rent. It is like renting a hotel room, but they're full condos. There is security here for those of you that are concerned about that, so you can't get through those doors to get to the rooms unless they let you through. And then here's the common area where you have the swimming pool. For those of you that rent a room that doesn't have a jacuzzi, there is a jacuzzi in the common area. The pool is also heated, so the water was really warm too. It's not a huge pool, but very nice. Then there's a lounge area and like a little bar area over here. There was also a sauna, but it was closed while we were there. Oh, and I gotta show you guys this hotel with this rooftop. When I tell you this rooftop was lit every single night, like right now it's dead because it's daytime, but at night, that's when everything happens here in Medellin. That rooftop was the spot to go to, literally Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, it didn't matter what night. But yeah, here's our pool area. No parties. This is more of a place to just relax and soak in the views and here in Colombia because it's so pretty. And then on the other side of where you have the lounge area, now the pool runs all the way down there, but there's a gym on that side too, so you can come work out if you would like. So I'll show you guys the gym area. Over in the gym area, there's also a view of the pool, so you're looking at the water while you're working out. There's not a ton of equipment over there, but there's enough for you to be able to get a workout in for those of you that would like to work out even while on vacation. And the pool is on the 8th floor. As I mentioned before, I'm on the 13th, so I'll show you what it looks like getting to the room because I know I didn't show you guys that. I immediately just took you in the room. And this is just like how the hallways look. As you can see, it does look like apartments, like it is condo style. But this is here where I stayed at, and this is the room during the day. But I'm not going to do a tour because I've already done that for you guys. But for the rest of the property, out in the main areas, you have a bunch of different restaurants where you can have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then there was even a bar that was open late nights. So technically you don't even have to leave this place if you don't want to because they have everything you need here. Different types of food here. They have a bar here. There's even a restaurant across the street. It was like Korean barbecue that was across the street as well. There was some more stuff upstairs, but it wasn't open when we went up there. So we're just gonna go have breakfast so I can actually start my day in Colombia. Food was good here in Colombia. I absolutely loved everything that I ate here, and it was so fresh. And this breakfast spot was popular. Like there was actually a wait to come in here. As you can see, there's a lot of people in here. But now to actually explore the town. So where I stayed at is pretty much like the go-to spot. That's where the hangout's at. So I was glad to stay where I was at because I was in walking distance of everything. And right now it looks dead. I can tell you during the daytime there's really not too much going on around here. But at night, when I tell you, these streets are packed. There's restaurants over here, there's clubs over here, there's bars over here. There's even little shops around here, but these streets get flooded at night. Mainly people just partying. Now I see a potential photo op, so it is time for me to go start taking some pictures because I haven't really taken any yet since I've gotten here. And as you can see, other people are taking them too. This was like a prime spot to take pictures, so let me get mine as well. To just do a little exploring to get out from the area that we're in. But did you guys see that window? I haven't had to roll up a window manually in so long. Talk about bringing back memories. And one of the things you'll notice is like the street shows at red lights, they'll do a little performances. But we're off to another part in Colombia, which I'll put the names on the screens of all the areas that I visited. And when I first got over here, of course, I had to do some work because that's just who I am. And look at this swimwear. This swimwear was so beautiful. Like I tried on a few different ones just to see what the fit is like, because one of the things that I really want to do is open up some operations doing some manufacturing through Colombia. So I definitely had to go check it out there while I was there. And you'd be surprised, there's actually quite a few factories in Colombia where you can have the product produced. So this was a swimwear location that I went to, and I did get to try on some swimwear. Like look at this one too. The color is so pretty. It was a 3-piece set. The construction on it was so amazing. Just look at the color options here. Like it was so beautiful. Everything was so well put together. I was just in love. so be looking out for new swimwear. And then after a little work, I went to do a wine tasting. This was actually really fun. It was really cheap too. That was one of the best things about Colombia. Everything was so affordable. I think for this wine tasting, which I have 4 different glasses of wine and she explains the wines to you. And then I also bought a bottle of wine before I left. I don't remember exactly what I paid. I'll have to look at my receipts, but it was somewhere between $20 and $35, and that included the bottle of wine that I took back to the room with me. There was this one wine that they had that tasted exactly like apple juice, but it had a kick to it. You'll definitely get tipsy from it. I absolutely love that wine, and I usually don't necessarily go for sweet wines, but I love apple juice. It was so good, but unfortunately she didn't have any more available. Then I ran across the street for tacos because I need to eat, and those, let me tell you, were the best tacos I ever had. And I love me some street tacos. I lived in LA where I've had authentic Mexican tacos, but those tacos there were amazing. So now I'm going back to the room because I've had a lot of wine and I just want to relax. Again, I'm soaking in the views. When I tell you this room was like the vacation away from vacation, so I can go out into the city and to the hustle and bustle and then come back to my room and just relax. And it was so peaceful. And then I got more food. So I kept hearing about Frisby's and this chicken at Frisby's being the best chicken in Colombia. So I had to get Frisby's to see what the hype was about. And you guys know I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't get what the hype was. It wasn't bad chicken. It wasn't like it was horrible. It was good. But I don't get why people are so obsessed with it. I mean, I ate it. I was hungry. I wanted to eat, but it wasn't anything crazy. Then I also got this mango juice. That's freshly squeezed mango juice. That was one of the best things about Colombia's. All their juice was so fresh. And then the Colombian soda because I wanted to try everything Colombian. And then after that, I went to the pool. Since I didn't get to enjoy the jacuzzi the night before, I decided to go get in the pool and enjoy the pool because when I'm on vacation, I don't always go in the pool, but this was one of those times where I really wanted to try things different. Being in Medellin was different from most vacations I normally take anyway. And then I went and I hit the jacuzzi and I got to enjoy the wine that I brought back from the wine tasting. Oh, you guys, I bought a drone. Literally right before I left for vacation, I ended up getting a drone because I wanted to take it on vacation with me to get footage. But I messed up because I did not practice before I left. Had no clue how to fly a drone, so I was trying to figure this out. You guys will see in a second, like I was kind of struggling with this drone because this was my first time ever flying this drone. And then of course I'm drinking wine on top of it while trying to figure out how to fly this. And then I was so scared that I was going to lose it, especially being that high up and then flying it up even higher. Like, yeah, I don't know. But it did get good images of the city, like this view. It's just amazing. I don't even know how to keep describing it, but the view was beautiful. So as you can see, I'm trying to figure out this drone because I don't know what to do. I don't know which buttons do what, how to press it. I was trying to get it higher up and then trying to find the right angle. I had no clue what I was doing, but I was enjoying my time in the jacuzzi anyway. Just look at the view that this drone is picking up. I wish I wasn't so scared to fly it. I would have flown it out there. Like now, I've had practice. See, clearly I don't know what I'm doing. But I've had practice with it now, so I know I should have practiced before I left because I could have gotten really good footage of my vacation with this drone. Now it's time to head out to actually enjoy the city at night. But as you guys can see where I'm staying at night, that's where all the restaurants are at. ride with me over to the other side of where I had considered staying at, so that way you guys can get a view of Colombia at night. And this is the city. You can see like on this side there were some things open. I didn't even record everything, but that side was a little open. But as we travel to the other side, you notice everything's dark, it's closed, there's really not much going on over there. So I'm glad I didn't stay at this hotel, but this was the other hotel that I was considering. Now the hotel is beautiful, don't get me wrong. I love the view of this hotel. I didn't see the rooms, but this is just like the main area. And then we went to a rooftop, but it was dead, so we ended up leaving and going back to our other side. For the next day, I went to Comuna where it's supposed to be the neighborhood that was one of the worst neighborhoods to be in Colombia. Back in the days, it's not that bad now, but we got to go on a tour. It's like a group tour with a bunch of different tourists, and they just walked us around the neighborhood to see what the neighborhood is like. There was a lot of graffiti, so the tour guy was explaining the graffiti. We got to watch the dancers and just exploring around the town, and the kids wanting to say hi to us. And then there was also an area where it was more of a tourist area, so you can buy like souvenirs and things. When I tell you guys this tour, it is a lot of walking. Medellin, it has a lot of hills, so you're walking up a lot of hills, especially going on this tour. We walked all the way from the bottom to the very top of the hill where we are right now. It's a ton of walking, and we even got to see some performers again. So we had the dancers, now we got the rapper. This tour was fun and nice to see, also educational, but it's a lot of walking, let me tell you. And then of course you have the souvenirs if you want to buy them, but I was too tired, so we headed back to where we were staying because my feet were killing me. I definitely did not wear the right shoes to do the amount of walking we did. And the tour, I believe, was about 3 hours, but it was a lot of walking for 3 hours straight, especially going uphill. But I'm back to my beautiful view, and I'm about to go get in the pool so that I can soak my feet, soak my body, and just try to relax before my reservations. Because actually, during this vacation, I got to celebrate my 7-year anniversary with Nouveau Rich apparel. This dinner is really important to me. I'm excited for it, and it's one of the reasons I decided to go to Colombia, because I really wanted to go to this restaurant. So I'm just going to relax a while before I actually go get dressed and head out to my dinner reservations. And now I am all ready for dinner. And of course I had to do the quick photo op. I used my drone to get footage. I used my phone to get footage. Like, I just wanted to be able to take pictures of myself and then enjoy this dinner. Of course, this restaurant had a beautiful view as well. I didn't get too much footage of the restaurant like I wanted to show you guys, because the stairs were like a death trap trying to walk down them with heels on. I don't recommend it. But I got to see a hot air balloon. I wish I knew before that they actually had hot air balloon rides, because that's something I really wanted to do. But dinner was a success. I enjoyed it. Food was great. The service was great. And then I head back to my room where there's the police helicopter flying around. I don't know what happened, but they were out there. The next morning, I was up at 5 a.m. to get on a tour bus to go over to the next city. We are about to climb 700 steps. Let's see if we can make it to the top. And this was actually my favorite part of my trip, because it actually felt like I was on vacation. The area I stayed in felt more like Latin American New York City, to be honest with you. I wish I had more footage of the actual city to show you guys. This felt a little more like vacation. But I had the foolish idea of trying to walk these 700 steps to the top. I think it was 708 to be exact. By the time I got to like step 200, I was extremely tired. I'm like, you know what? This view is enough. I don't think think I need to walk any more stairs because I am tired. And my legs were burning trying to get to the top of these steps. But I did it. I made it to the top. And at the top there were like some souvenir shops and things, and of course taking pictures. And you see the beautiful view of Guatapé, you see the water and everything, which we actually went out on the water too, but you got to see the view from the top. Then I went to the very top because I realized there were like 8 more steps. That's why I say 708. There were a ton of bugs up there. So I'm like, I walked all these steps to be greeted with all these bugs. We went on to the next stop during this tour that we were on, and that's where we got to go to the most colorful town in Guatapé. It was very beautiful, very relaxing, a ton of souvenir shops. So make sure you bring money to do shopping. Make sure your phones and cameras are charged up to take a bunch of pictures, because this is the perfect place to take all the pictures that you would like to take. But this area was definitely a lot of fun. Highly recommend. I wish the tour that I went on, which by the way, this tour was super cheap. I wish this tour gave us more time there because it was just so much shopping and a lot of walking around to do. I think we were there maybe 2 hours, which 2 hours wasn't enough. But yeah, make sure you exchange your money before going there. Make sure you have enough pesos to buy the things that you want to buy there. There's a lot of food there too. The tour I went on was only $35 a person USD, and it included the 2-hour drive there and back because it is 2 hours away from the main area. It included breakfast and lunch. When I tell you that lunch was so good, I never even took a picture for you guys. And then it included all the different stops that we went to. It also included the boat ride. It was an amazing tour, highly recommend it. But now it's time for the actual boat ride. So we made one more stop to another little city before we actually got on the boat. And now we're out on the water where they showed us Pablo Escobar's farm is what they called it.
It is in ruins because it was bombed by the group of the Pepes in 1993. The Pepes were the enemy group of Pablo Escobar, and their acronym means persecuted by Pablo Escobar. This farm was his second most important, the first one in Puerto Triunfo, Hacienda Napoles. To that farm Pablo brought animals of many species, the zoo and hippos. To this one brought vegetation. As you can see, there are trees all around the farm brought from various countries of the world. In the middle of the bamboo trees, you can see what the sports area was.
It was literally like 2 houses out there that were bombed back in the day. So it was nice to see that. So it was like educational but fun at the same time. And this house, I guess, was owned by some soccer player. Beautiful house. I really wanted that house so bad. We were only out on the water for maybe like 20-30 minutes. It was a quick boat ride, but it's honestly not much to see. So that's the end of the boat ride, and now it's time for us to head back to the tour bus because we're going back to the city. So this is on our way back to the city after a long day. This was literally a full day tour, so you have to have the full day for this. I think we got back maybe around 6 or 7, so you can still do stuff at night, but during the daytime you'll be away from the city. And it was so hot out there, you probably don't want to be out there too long anyway because you're out there scorching. And again, the views. So now we're back in the city, we're back in the area where I was staying at, and I noticed the sign lights up at night. So I was taking pictures by it during the daytime until I learned that it lights up at night. And of course I had to redo my pictures, although the person taking my pictures had no idea how to work a camera, so really didn't get good pictures, but at least I got to see the sign lit up at night. But I want to show you guys a little more of the street areas of where I was staying at, but first I had to get more tacos. Not the same tacos as the last place and not as good as the last place, but as you can see, I'm obsessed with tacos. And this is the street area. This is where most of the clubs are at. This is the park where most of the passport bros find their girls at, if you know what I mean. You'll see when I walk through here, a lot of them literally just sit out here in this park. No, I'm not one of them. I'm just relaxing here, taking in the view, kind of laughing at some of the things that were happening out there. Actually, there was one police officer that did stop me, asking for my passport. I don't know if she thought I was one of them, but I wasn't. But I'll walk you guys through the park so you can see. There's usually like a lot of girls just sitting out here waiting for somebody to pick them up. But this is where all the clubs and the bars are at. This part is where it comes alive at night. I think this was like a Monday or Tuesday night. So this was in the middle of the week. It wasn't a holiday or anything. But these clubs were lit. When I tell y'all, like, people are just party all the time here. That's really all they do. But here's the park where you're walking through and you just see girls sitting out there. They're literally waiting for a guy to come pick them up. And there's usually men from the US. Actually, there's men from everywhere out there picking up these girls. This was like a typical thing. And this is a weeknight. And this is, you know, what they do. There's also like some restaurants where you can sit down and eat. And then there's like the little souvenir stands. But after I enjoyed my night partying, having fun, I went back and I had to get in the jacuzzi one last time because this was my last night there. And I really just needed to soak in the views one more time before I leave because I couldn't believe I'm leaving this place. Especially this apartment. I absolutely loved it. The views and everything. My last day there, had to go get one last Colombian meal. So I went and got myself some breakfast in Colombia because the food was amazing. Had to soak in the views that morning before I leave and go to the airport. I'm going to miss it. I actually was thinking about extending my trip, but I had to get home so I can work. But don't worry, I'm definitely going back because this trip was amazing. I didn't even show you guys everything that I did. And now I'm off back home, unfortunately.